something living here at the bottom. I like to believe we were far enough away from the downstream of the story because we have a lake monster here. Nobody gets second thoughts now about jumping back to shore. But the lake monster legend the Stony had was one of a half-man, half-fish creature living at the depths of Lake Minnewanka, waiting to pull unsuspecting canoers or swimmers down to their fate at the bottom of the lake. Eventually the story hit the ears of the Europeans making their way into the valley. Now those early Europeans misconstrued, mistranslated a little bit of what the Stony were trying to convey, as the Stony warned them about the evil spirits present here, simply in reference to bad weather. But those early European settlers heard that along with their lake monster legend and said, the devil has to be living in this lake. So they named this lake Devil's Lake. Not necessarily a bad name for a lake, unless of course you are trying to run a boat cruise on that lake, which is exactly what one man, Norman Luxton, was trying to do in the early 1900s. Now, let's talk about ways that you're out there before on a boat cruise on Devil's Lake with rumors of a lake monster persisting. No, probably not. So people in the early 1900s weren't willing to make that 2.5-hour horseback ride from Banff up to Minnewanka Landing. As a way to entice people to come on the boat, Norman decided that he would take it upon himself to go out and find, capture, and kill that monster. And he told everyone, by way of an article in the town's newspaper, that he would travel out to Devil's Lake for 1 week's time on his own to do exactly that, find, capture, and kill the monster. He did, however, ask at the end of the article if he was not back in town by the end of the week, that the town of Banff organize and send out a search party to look for Norman's remains. What do we think? 1 week went by. Does Norman return? No. Well, that's the end of the story. No, of course he returns exactly 1 week later, almost as if he had planned the whole thing. And when Norman gets back to town, he tells everyone how successful he was in capturing the beast, inviting them all down to the dock so that they may see it. Once Norman has a large enough group gathered around, he steps to the side, revealing a cage next to him, covered by a blanket. And he would say, "Folks, gather round. You want to see the lake monster? Sure. That'll be 5 cents, please."